In Chapter 6 of this course, we will look at some notable case studies of successful implementations of augmented reality, virtual reality, and extended reality. Introduction. In this presentation, we explore the application of immersive design principles through 3 distinct case studies that showcase the potential of AR and VR technologies. By analyzing real-world implementations, we'll uncover the successes, challenges, and lessons that can guide designers in creating engaging, user-centered experiences. Objectives: understand key design concepts, illustrate how principles like immersion, presence, spatial awareness, and user interaction are applied in real-world scenarios. Analyze success factors. Examine what contributes to the success of AR/VR applications, from visual design to emotional engagement. Learn from challenges. Identify common obstacles faced during design and implementation and how they were overcome. Apply insights to future projects. Provide actionable lessons to inspire and inform the creation of impactful, user-focused AR and VR experiences. Agenda. Case Study 1, Lacoste Virtual Showroom, Augmented Reality in Retail. Case Study 2, VR Training for Surgeons, Immersive Learning in Healthcare. Case Study 3, Pokémon Go, Augmented Reality in Physical Spaces. Key takeaways and lessons for designers. For the first case study, we will talk about the Lacoste Immersive Holiday Virtual Store. Lacoste, in collaboration with Imperia, unveiled its inaugural virtual store just in time for the 2022 holiday season. This innovative store aimed to highlight Lacoste's creative spirit, offering a tailored experience for each user to foster a stronger sense of community among customers, and was developed using a leading 3D graphics development engine, Unreal Engine 5. Upon entry, customers journeyed through a crocodile's mouth, immediately immersing themselves in the Lacoste brand. The showroom featured 5 exclusive seasonal products, followed by another room with a dynamic atmosphere. It was so successful that Lacoste has repurposed the holiday store into a more general retail store as a staple on their website. In terms of the visual analysis, the Lacoste Virtual Showroom offers a unique shopping experience by overlaying digital products in real-world settings. Customers can interact with items virtually, such as trying on accessories or visualizing furniture in their own space. The integration of a virtual ruler to measure products' actual dimensions ensures functionality and trust in the digital interface. To create an immersive environment, using high-resolution graphics, realistic lighting, and texture mapping, the showroom delivers a visually compelling experience. The incorporation of spatial audio enhances realism, making interactions more natural, as users hear sounds relative to their movements in the space. And finally, Lacoste employs a minimalistic, yet elegant design palette aligned with its brand identity. Its signature green tones combined with intuitive navigation foster a sense of luxury and ease, while subtle animations and transitions evoke excitement and delight. One of the key challenges in creating the Lacoste Virtual Showroom was device optimization. With AR needing to work smoothly across a wide range of devices, each with different hardware capabilities, developers had to find a way to ensure a consistent experience. They focused on optimizing performance so users could enjoy the showroom without compromising on visual quality. Another challenge was user interaction complexity. At first, some customers found AR interfaces a bit overwhelming, especially those who weren't familiar with this technology. To address this, the team simplified controls and introduced a step-by-step onboarding process, making the experience more intuitive and accessible for everyone. Finally, there was the issue of balancing realism with performance. High-quality visuals are essential for a compelling AR experience, but they also demand a lot of processing power. The designers worked hard to find the sweet spot, delivering stunning visuals while ensuring the showroom ran smoothly, even on less powerful devices. For our second case study, let's dive into the world of virtual reality training for surgeons. This innovative platform was created to meet a critical need in medical education, giving surgeons a safe, realistic way to practice their skills without the risks of working on live patients. The training experience is incredibly immersive. Surgeons use motion tracking and haptic feedback to mimic the feel of real surgical tools and techniques. They can see and feel every movement as if they were performing an actual procedure. To guide them along the way, the system provides visual cues and real-time feedback, making it easier to correct mistakes and refine their skills. This platform has truly changed the game in medical training. It's not only making high-quality surgical education more accessible but also helping institutions scale their training efforts without needing physical resources like cadavers or surgical labs. Its impact has been so profound that many hospitals and medical schools have made it a core part of their programs, setting the stage for even more advancements in VR for healthcare.
The goal of Precision OS is to really change how we think about surgical education. It's actually challenging 400 years of dogma, which has been to learn on plastic models or to learn on cadavers. We're creating virtual reality simulation for surgeons and healthcare providers that support the surgeons. I think the first thing is the operating room is not a very good environment to learn in. The benefits we're seeing with virtual reality are that it actually provides you an element of stress that's not disabling to your learning. It also allows you to engage in what we refer to as productive failure. So you basically are allowed to make mistakes and then you learn from them.
All our stuff is simulated, so when you make a cut somewhere, you can cut anywhere. If you drill somewhere, you can drill anywhere. You're forced to actually do it and possibly fail. This brings it closer to a flight simulator. Pilots, when they get in a plane, they've had to have quite a few hours in the simulator, and you know that they've done this. In surgery, it's just unethical for them to practice on people, and so VR is exciting because it moves it closer to that model, and they can practice and fail hundreds of times in a simulator or in VR. That's where you want them to fail, not on you, and so that's what we're trying to help with.
We chose to use the Unreal Engine because they focus on high fidelity, and we wanted to make sure that we hit that high fidelity mark right from the outset. On top of that, Unreal has everything built into it.
So when we first started, we were working out of our basements. We just needed our engine to do a lot of things really quickly. We didn't have time to write our own stuff.
One of the first things was write a simulation around tools to cut, to drill, to ream bone, to simulate bone density. It's a very challenging thing to do, and we're one of the only companies that are doing it. The Quest was a game changer. Be able to take a self-contained VR headset anywhere on the road, put it on, and you're in, provided the frictionless experience that our customers really needed.
For example, we did a session where we had at least 100 people using Quest at a time, which was just amazing to see.
We compared VR to non-VR in senior trainees in orthopedic surgery, and then we had them perform that same procedure in cadavers. They were assessed by surgeons from across the country not associated with our company. And what they found was that clearly the VR group was superior in technical skill and in safety compared to the non-VR group. And interestingly, the virtual reality group also learned the information 570% faster. That's now been published in the leading orthopedic journal. We're learning from trainees that when they get into this, they're hungry for knowledge and they're hungry for experience. So how do they get that practice before they get to the OR? Everybody wants to be a master at their craft, and you don't do the same procedure over and over again to become an expert, because every patient is different. It's doing the same thing with variation, which actually brings you towards expertise. And that is what we focus on with our technology.
For our final case study, let's explore the phenomenon that is Pokémon Go. This game completely changed the mobile gaming landscape by bringing augmented reality, or AR, into the mainstream. With Pokémon Go, players can find and catch Pokémon in their real-world surroundings, blending the digital and physical worlds in a way that's both exciting and immersive. Imagine walking through a park and suddenly spotting a Pikachu on your phone, perched on a bench. It's this seamless integration of AR that makes the game so engaging. One of the biggest draws of Pokémon Go is, of course, the Pokémon themselves. These iconic characters, with their vibrant colors and unique designs, have been beloved by fans for decades. The game captures their charm perfectly, appealing to both lifelong fans of the franchise and newcomers. Whether it's the thrill of catching your first Charmander or the challenge of tracking down a rare VUT1, the characters bring the world of Pokémon to life. What's also brilliant is how the game uses the real world as its playground. Pokémon Go transforms everyday locations, parks, landmarks, and even your local coffee shop, into exciting spots where you can hunt for Pokémon, battle at gyms, or collect items from Pokestops. This connection to real-world geography adds a layer of adventure, encouraging players to explore their surroundings in a whole new way. In essence, Pokémon Go isn't just a game, it's an experience that combines technology, nostalgia, and real-world exploration, creating something truly magical and groundbreaking. In fact, the AR functionality has proved so popular that Niantic have introduced a way for multiple players to experience the mode together. Let's talk about some of the challenges Pokémon Go faced and the lessons learned along the way. One of the first big hurdles was battery life. With the game relying heavily on AR and GPS, it drained phone batteries quickly, which frustrated a lot of players. To address this, the developers introduced a battery saver mode and made improvements to optimize the app's performance. This taught them, and really the entire mobile gaming industry, how important it is to balance cutting-edge features with usability, especially for apps people use on the go. Then there was the issue of server load. When Pokémon Go launched, its popularity exploded, far beyond what anyone anticipated. The servers just couldn't keep up, leading to frequent crashes and outages. It was a frustrating experience for players, but it highlighted the importance of having a strong, scalable infrastructure. Niantic quickly worked to improve server capacity and reliability, ensuring the game could handle the growing number of players. And finally, a key reason for Pokémon Go's success was its user experience. The app was designed to be incredibly intuitive and easy to use, appealing to players of all ages and tech skill levels. The simple interface meant anyone could pick up the game and start playing right away. This accessibility is a great example of how focusing on user-centric design can lead to mass adoption. Overall, these challenges helped Niantic refine the game and made Pokémon Go the global phenomenon we know today. As we bring this discussion to a close, let's revisit the key takeaways and lessons for designers, while tying them back to the broader themes we explored earlier. One consistent thread throughout is the importance of user-centered design. Whether it's AR, VR, or interactive gaming, the user experience must take center stage, just as we emphasized in the opening concepts about aligning design with real-world application and usability. From optimizing device performance in the VR surgery training platform to creating accessible AR interfaces in Pokémon Go, we've seen how critical it is to design solutions that meet users where they are. This aligns closely with the principles in our foundational discussion about creating impactful, scalable learning, or engagement experiences. Another lesson is adaptability, turning challenges into opportunities. For example, tackling server overload in Pokémon Go or addressing user interaction complexity in AR retail required flexible, innovative thinking. This mirrors the need for designers to anticipate and adapt to evolving user needs, as outlined in the strategic frameworks we touched on earlier. Finally, these case studies underscore the power of narrative and emotional connection, a recurring theme from the initial concepts. Whether it's Lacoste weaving brand identity into an AR showroom or Pokémon Go drawing on nostalgia, the ability to connect emotionally with users drives deeper engagement and long-lasting impact. In essence, the principles we explored earlier aren't just theoretical, they're the backbone of the successful designs we've examined today. As we move forward, let's continue to create experiences that are not only functional but meaningful and transformative.